pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
All right, party people. I am stoked that you turned in to, or turned on, or turned around, or whatever, to the Savvy Radio Show. Got a special episode today. I'm going to talk about 10 mistakes you should not make as an investor. And then right after that, I'm going to tell you the 10 little secrets of my life as an investor. All right. So I'm so glad that you tuned in, and here we go. Number one, my mistake was septic tanks. I bought a house, thought I got a good deal, and then realized that the septic tank was bad, and I had to put in a $6,000 septic tank. I did not factor that in. Actually, I didn't even know that the property had a septic tank. I just assumed. I got a smoking deal. I was all happy. And then I found out that there's a bunch of EPA and soil testing and a bunch of hula hoops for septic tanks, and they're changing septic tanks requirements all the time. A certain length from a well, you can only be 100 feet. Drama, disaster, septic tanks. Be cautious of septic tanks. Number two, another mistake was that I wasn't organized. I kind of just winged it, meaning I didn't have anything organized in the software where I can keep track of tenants. When I started out, man, it's a disaster. And now when I help and coach people, the first thing they do is that you have to get software. You got to be organized and keep track of everything from expenses to your rehab jobs to project management. Have software wherever it is, somewhere where you have the data and you can access it anywhere in the world. Number three, in the beginning, I didn't run background checks. I just went with my gut, just randomly let people move in because they were nice, or they had the money, or they had a pay stub, and I just trusted them, but they just got laid off. Disaster. Now I'm like beyond crazy about background checks. Everyone that even comes in my sphere, I have to have a background check. I check them up on the county records. Usually in every city, there's a court docket or a software, or it's like an intra of your county docs. You can look up, it's pretty amazing how people get sued from the most random stuff. Anyway, technology there. All right, number four. Try doing things without reading or gaining knowledge. Man, I can't tell you enough that I just think that you know it all and you can just do whatever you want to do. And next thing you know, I could have just read the manual or figured it out, and I went through all this pain. So don't try to just figure it out. Don't try to just wing it. Gain the knowledge beforehand. I just had a conversation with an investor that's going to build a house with shipping containers. And I was like, man, that's a great idea. It's inexpensive. Man, go find someone. Make sure the laws allow you to do it in Oklahoma, because they like to change the laws without telling you. But go find someone that has built a home. There's tons of pictures online, but physically has built a home with containers. Fly there, drive there, whatever it takes. Don't just wing it. Get the knowledge before you do something. All right, number five, have a team in place. Think of it like football. You got first string, second string, third string. Where I failed is I've relied on one person. That's a mistake. And then that person will get sick, injured, divorced, upset, pissed off, and disappear. And I'm carrying the football and I'm getting tackled. You got to have a second string. So now I have like 10 people on my list for heat and air, 10 people for electricians. Whatever I need, I don't have to think about it. When a worker gets injured, I just go down the list. And so this is like a daily thing that I work with contractors, and one contractor says this, another one says that. No problem. I just go down my list. I go to my second string, third string, and then I go back and refill my first string. And I'm constantly testing them out, constantly recruiting. Think of your team as a football team or a baseball team or whatever sport or at all, but you're constantly recruiting, you're constantly vetting them out, you're constantly testing them. You know, when you get into the draft, they're going to make you run certain tests, your blood type, how fast you can run, all that kind of jazz. All right, mistake number 6 that you should not do. One is just stupid. I bought a house without looking into the attic. Now, I mean, every property, I'm like anal about the attic. Several times I would buy a property, didn't look in the attic, and all the wire was cut out. Yep, I know there's some investors out there. You can nod your head with that. I actually know one personally that called me the other day looking for an electrician because they didn't look up in the attic. But one time I didn't look up to the attic, and then I realized that I budgeted that this roof was going to be about $4,000, $6,000, somewhere around there. And it was a shake roof with 3 layers on top of the shake. Now, you can easily figure that out if you look in the attic and look up, and you can see the slats. Boom, it's a shake roof. It's going to cost you an extra $2,000 or $1,500, depending on how you deal with, to redeck the place. So that was one dumb mistake that I made. Number 7, too arrogant to have checklists for everything I do, especially purchasing a property. Man, I have a checklist on when I do the landlord lunch. Did I send out an email blast? Did I text? Everything I do now has a checklist. Even when I go on a weekend vacation or a month, I have, did I pack underwear? I just look down my checklist. I don't have to think about it. Don't be arrogant and think that you can do it all in your head. Get checklists. Create checklists. Use Google Drive. Do it. Get checklists. Number 8. I didn't ask for money sooner, or I didn't think I was worthy enough from a bank, or whatever. I didn't start prospecting for private money. That is a mistake that you need to get out now. Start thinking about being prepared for when you go meet with the banker. What are you going to say? Ask another investor. What do you say? Get your documentation in order. But I regret that I should have got a loan way before 2006 was my first commercial money loan. But I've been in real estate since 1999. So the first 6-7 years, somewhere around there, I just thought that I couldn't get it because I didn't have a job, because I was a DJ. But then I realized I should have just went down there and asked them, then I would have had a guide. But I was so arrogant, and I didn't realize that they do loan on an asset called real estate that's collateralized. Dumb. Ask for money sooner. Start planning on getting money. Start prospecting for money. Find out what the local banks, who's a local bank, who's a mover and shakers, and then start making a list of private money. I ran into someone the other day. They have an IRA they want to loan out. I put that gal on my list. So if I ever need to borrow private money, she's on my list. Mistake number 9, not understanding insurance. Man, I'm telling you, when you get to a certain level, insurance plays a big part in the real estate game. First of all, insurance is great because it protects your asset. The thing burns down, boom, you get a check. You can't do that in the stock market. So that's one great thing. But not understanding the right policy, a landlord policy, what does it cover? Does it cover pit bulls, no pit bulls? Is it slip and fall? Is there general liability? You need to know your policy. Don't just trust the agent. Try to read your policy. I found a statistic. A friend of mine is an insurance adjuster, and he found that he's the only one that's ever read his policy. Read your policy. Know and understand insurance. Soon I'll have an insurance class coming up, and we'll cover insurance. And number 10, I started doing this alone. Like, I thought I had no one else, and I was, too cool for school, and real estate's just me. Dumb. Don't make that mistake. Ask friends, ask for help, find someone, go to the real estate clubs in your area, but you don't do it alone. Ask questions. Ask. I never asked enough. That was my mistake. How'd you do that? Man, one time I asked a real estate investor who has 500 houses, and I was tapped out at a bank, and I was like, man, what should I go? Where should I go? He gave me a name. I called the bank. I said I was referred by this individual. Next thing you know, within 3 months later, I had enough money to keep going in real estate. Boom. Don't do it alone. All right. So that was the 10 mistakes that you shouldn't make as a real estate investor. All right. Hopefully you remember those. You might have to re-listen to this a few times. But I'm going to blaze through the next 10 little secrets in my life as an investor. Now, these are not just necessarily all real estate oriented. These are just little secrets that I've just come up with real quickly, and hopefully this motivates you, gets you excited. Hopefully something in your life will help you turn the corner. All right, number 1, that I went paperless. that I bought this SnapScan scanner. Boom. My whole life, office, empire is paperless. It's in the cloud. I can access it anywhere. Go paperless. Get rid of all this documents. It's driving me crazy. Number 2, use the Buildium software. I'm an advocate of Buildium. But one thing I didn't realize with Buildium, that my manager told me that we can write checks through Buildium. We can do direct deposits through Buildium. What? That's right. So I use all my, I don't have to write a check ever again. I just sign. I just log into Buildium, click, 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 boom, prints out a check, done. Seconds. Number 3, another little secret. You got to have a mastermind group. You got to hook up with like-minded people, not just in a real estate group, but in an intimate group, maybe 3 or 4 people. You guys are each individually trying to grow your net worth, or you're trying to work on a project together. Get in a mastermind group. If you can't find one, make one, create one. I know that I can make a few phone calls right now. Within 15 minutes, we can start meeting on Friday. Do that. That's a secret. Number 4, doing the things that you don't want to do. Jim Rohn, success. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, let me spell that for you. J-I-M, simple, Rohn, R-O-H-N. Read, get, buy everything from Jim Rohn. Go to success.com. Jim Rohn is doing it. He recently passed away, but he's a wonderful philosopher. I've studied him, still study him to this day. One of the things I learned, do the things that other people don't want to do. That's what successful people do, the things that other people don't want to do. And I can remember a time when I was working in the music business in Oklahoma City. It was like snowing, and I was working with a band. It was crazy, and they were going to perform on Saturday night. It was Friday night, and I was going to go out to this club and meet the Sony executives, but I didn't want to do it because it was snowing and it was dangerous. But I did the thing I did not want to do, and I drove up there to the club, and I hooked up with a Sony executive that's produced like amounts of huge bands, and he was going to fly out tomorrow, and no one was actually at the club because it was the crazy weather, and I got to sit there for 4 hours and kick it with this executive from Sony, talking about bands, getting my band signed, giving him the demo, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to get my extra jacket on. I didn't want to get in the car. I didn't want to drive there. But I can remember all the things that when I don't want to do it, and when I do it, it's success. Remember, if you don't want to get up early, do it. Not everyone else wants to. Do the things that you don't want to do. I don't want to do 100 sit-ups a day. Do it. You don't want to make that hard phone call. Do it. You don't want to do your financial statement. Do it. You don't want to pick up the phone and build a relationship with a banker. You're dumb, but do it. All right? Do it. All right, number 5, taking care of my teeth. Idiot. Dude, it's $20 a month, $25 a month to get basic, simple care for your teeth. Do the expense. Do it now. Don't get a crown later. That's one of the things I wish someone would have pushed on me. So many people I know that don't get, they even have regular insurance, but they don't have dental insurance. Get some sort of, just get the cleaning. It's $60 to go get a teeth cleaned. Do it every 6 months. Life success. Do it. All right, here's another one. Number 6, switching to Android. Don't shoot me, don't kill me, whatever. Dude, my life has changed. I'm a Google fan, love Google. Google runs my life. Google Voice, Google Docs, Google Drawings, Google Presentations. Man, as soon as I got on an Android phone, seriously, I felt like the scales were lifted off. It was easy. I can dump movies in there. I can watch any movie anywhere. YouTube, everything is synced. Like it pops up, maps. I just say, okay, Google, do this. Consider switching to Android. I think Apple's a great product. I'm not trying to bash Apple. Some people get all upset. It's like some freaking cult, whatever. Listen, I'm talking about precision, business, get it done. I don't have to do a workaround. I can get this app instantaneously. I don't have to type in my password every 10 seconds. They trust me. Get an Android. All right, number 7, read at least 30 minutes a day, period. I don't miss a day. Jim Rohn says, I'll miss a meal, but I won't miss my reading. Exactly. Read every day, 30 minutes. You want to be an expert in real estate? Read real estate books. You want to learn about banking? Read banking. Just read. And if you don't read now, read 10 minutes. Don't read the newspaper. Don't read blogs, especially get off of Facebook. But read for at least 30 minutes a day. something nonfiction, something that can increase your life. May it be a book on nutrition, okay? May it be on health. May it be on saving, financing. If you're in a relationship, about being a better husband, finding a better mate, whatever it is, read it. Men Are From Mars, Men Are From 30 minutes a day. Do it. All right. Here's another one. Number 8, using landlord locks. I'm just completely just dumbfounded that people are so cheap to not use landlord locks. And I knew this was going to happen, but there's an investor friend of mine that just bought a duplex. Has like all these keys. He sent a key guy down there to rekey everything, give him all the keys. He probably wasted 3 or 4 hours. It cost him $300 to rekey all these keys. But if he had landlord locks, roughly about $25 a piece, it takes 2 seconds to swap out the keys, the locks. Tenant moves out, come over there with a master, boom, 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 done. I'm not talking about the cheap, quick set ones that are at Home Depot. I'm going to get some heavy duty, landlord approved, master, quick set oriented. Just go to landlordlocks.com. Say, I want to set up an account. The savvy landlord said that he doesn't even know who I am. Anyway, Oklahoma City guy said this, landlordlocks.com. Do it. Number 9, try Whole Foods, plant-based diet. Man, my life it's only been 30 days. Come check in with me a month from now. But I'm trying to eat a Whole Foods plant-based diet. No GMO. Man, I got so much energy. I've lost so much weight just by eating Whole Foods and their plant-based diet. I'll get into that another day. You may not. Send me a note. Someone actually texted me the other day. Text ASK to 5454. And if that's something you want to know about, I'll bring it on. But, this is more about real estate and more about investing and more about being a better person. Number 10, cut out TV. Shut the thing off. Cut your cable bill off. You're wasting time. Just do it. And do it for yourself and replace it with goals. During that time you watch TV every night at 8 o'clock, shut the thing off. Go work out. Go read. Invest in yourself. Don't invest in CBS, NBC, or ESPN. Invest in your company, who you are. If you're healthier, wealthier, and wise, life will just get better. You won't be depressed. You won't be bummed out. So, cut the TV out, cut the cord, get Amazon, Netflix, or something so you can be on demand and reward yourself. Set a goal. If I do 100 sit-ups this month, then I'm going to go and watch 30 minutes of TV. But do not watch TV every night. Anyway, hopefully this will help you and inspire you. I appreciate you listening in. And my name is Stephen Van Kellenberg. I'm the Savvy Landlord. If you want to know more about me or you want to know more about the radio show, I would love for you to check me out at SavvyRadioshow.com. Have a great day. Keep hope alive and find financial freedom in real estate.